Hello! Today Ben and I are in downtown Raleigh. One of the things I've noticed when I travel is that people don't know what Raleigh has to offer. So we're going to take you on a little video tour today to some of our favorite places to eat and things that we like to do. So are you ready? Let's come along! So we're going to start our tour right here on Blake Street, which is one of the old streets that's been preserved. I absolutely love the architecture. It's considered the city market, and one of the most iconic restaurants in town that's been here since 1958 is Big Ed's right there on the corner. And it serves Southern cuisine, good old-fashioned Southern cooking. We just had lunch there and we had barbecue pork, collards, mashed potatoes, and cobbler. And biscuits, of course, because you can't have Southern food without biscuits. So now we're in Moore Square, which is one of the many city parks here in Raleigh. A lot of people don't know that Raleigh is a planned city, so the streets all run north and south, east and west, which makes it very easy to get around. Also, all these parks were included in the city plan, so there's a lot of green space in the city for people to get out and enjoy. And there's car noise too. But Moore Square is the largest of the city parks, and it's also where we have our New Year's Eve events, First Night Raleigh. There are a lot of festivals throughout the year, and Moore Square plays a very important role in all of that. Now behind me is also Marble's Kids Museum. So if you're coming into the city, you can eat at Big Ed's, which is 2 blocks that way. You can go to Marble's with the kids and let them explore, and then come to the park to let them run off steam. It's a wonderful city for families to explore. Okay, I'm standing here on the Bicentennial Mall, a very important part in Raleigh between the Museum of History and the Museum of Natural Sciences. The city of Raleigh is considered the Smithsonian of the South, in part because general museum admission is free, just like the Smithsonian museums, but also because our museums are renowned for being some of the best in the country. As my kids were growing up, we'd come here all the time, and honestly, the Museum of Natural Sciences has one of the best views of the city. Come on and take a look. Okay, so I'm really bummed because they've closed the bridge at the Museum of Natural Sciences because it's covered in ice. I should have thought of that, but I didn't. So if you want to get a good view of the city, just come into the Museum of Natural Sciences, take the escalator up to the 3rd floor, follow the signs for the bridge. You'll head outside. It takes you across one of the main streets in town. You can look off to the left and you'll see almost all of downtown. The old churches, the government buildings. It's just a phenomenal view. I'm really bummed you don't get to see it. So our next stop on our tour of Raleigh is the State Capitol building. It has a museum in it that is also free that tells a little bit more of the history of North Carolina, particularly the government part of it. The museum, or the State Capitol, sits right across the street from the Museum of Natural Sciences and the Museum of History. It also sits at the top of Fayetteville Street, where we're going next. Okay, so right now I'm standing next to the State Capitol with Fayetteville Street behind me. Fayetteville Street is Raleigh's main street. It's where you'll find most of the restaurants, a lot of the businesses, a lot of the government offices, and it's really the heartbeat of the city. Throughout the year, we have a lot of festivals that close Fayetteville Street to traffic, so there's a lot of room for people to come and gather. You'll see it for First Night Raleigh, for the Arts Festival, for music festivals throughout the year. So really, this is it. This is the heart of Raleigh. So Raleigh is really well known for being a tech center here in North Carolina, but what people don't realize is it's also a trendy art space. Actually, behind me is Art Space, which is a series of galleries and art studios that are open to the public. Throughout the rest of the city, we also have a lot of independent artists with shops where you can shop. So thank you for joining us on our tour today, and come back again next time.